Hi, I'm Tim, and welcome to WatchYouWant.com. Thanks for logging on. Rolex Daytonas are more than just a little bit special. As the official gift for the winners of the 24 Hours of Daytona at Daytona International Speedway each January, this watch is steeped in motorsports lore. With a triple register chronograph, famous associations to Paul Newman, Jackie Stewart, even Steve McQueen, this is a tried and true legend of the track scene. But there's more than motorsports to the Daytona. In this Zenith El Primero powered 1997 Daytona chronograph, you get beautiful mother of pearl dial. You can see it there refracting the light. It's complex, it's layered, and when you get close to it, it has a beautiful multicolored, almost prismatic effect. You can see the colors of the rainbow sweep through it. Rolex does these alternative dials beautifully. Now, they've done lapis and chrysoprase stone, they've done meteorite, they've done wood, gold, platinum, slate, but their mother of pearl really stands out because the way they stabilize it and the way they emphasize its layers. You can really get the sense of this sitting inside the shell of an oyster. Just gorgeous, and you can spot it from a mile away. This is a gold watch, but you don't notice it until second glance because that dial is just so striking. And again, the Daytona is an icon. Called the Daytona since 1965 because of its association with the sports car race, not the NASCAR race, let me emphasize, the 24 Hours of Daytona, day into night into day again. The winner of each class, as I alluded, gets an example of this watch, so it's fun. When you watch sports car racing and you see a guy getting into a Viper or a Corvette, and you see there's a Daytona on his wrist, you smile that little knowing smile because you know you're looking at a previous 24-hour winner. And you've got that legend wrapped up in the watch, and that's part and parcel to the experience of owning a Daytona. But it's more than the motorsports history and the craft beauty of this 18-karat yellow gold mother of pearl dial Daytona. It's also what's on the inside that counts, and what's on the inside is a legend. This is the 5-digit serial number Daytona. This example is 1997. This generation was built from 88 to 2000. And it was phased out when Rolex brought its own movement into play, but because the Zenith El Primero inside is a legend of horology, and moreover because Zenith itself, which supplied the movements, could only build a few of them per year, this generation of Daytona is destined to be a collectible because there are just so few of them out there. Now, in any given year, Zenith could build maybe 50,000 movements. Now, Rolex builds over 1 million watches per year. Zenith brands something like 20 to 30,000 with its own label and leaves the rest of the movements for its customers, of which Rolex was one. The most important, but one. So when you think of how many of these watches actually left the factory in relation to how many watches Rolex builds in total, you realize just how exceptional these old El Primero powered Rolex Daytonas are. And you really aren't giving anything up by buying a historic reference because this generation of the Daytona with the El Primero in it was really arguably the first modern generation of the Cosmograph Daytona. 40mm case, 28.8 beat rate. You get a sapphire crystal that won't scratch like the old acrylic. It looks and wears like a new watch. There are none of the compromises that are sometimes inherent when you buy an older vintage style watch. This wears like new, performs like new, and given its pedigree as an El Primero powered reference, it performs as a true thoroughbred. The start and the stop of the chronograph, there we're going to stop that, reset it, start it again. It's very crisp. Any El Primero is going to be crisp, a tactile pleasure to use in the hand. This is real high-grade luxury watchmaking. The El Primero was the world's first automatic winding chronograph movement when it debuted in 1969, and its use in the Rolex Daytona kind of cemented its status as a legend, because in addition to being a fine chronograph, it really says something when Rolex chooses to purchase your movement over the option of building their own. And what Zenith had in terms of savoir-faire and craft excellence, Rolex couldn't match for over a decade. So that's a testament to just how good this movement is. Now, Rolex customizes it. They hot rod it in their own fashion with their own superior regulator, free-sprung balance, and micro Stella nuts, which, to just boil it down, just means that the watch is even more accurate as it is chronometer rated and more durable than the basic Zenith movement inside. So you take something good and Rolex makes it great. You cloak it in this beautiful 18-karat gold case with its motorsports associations, mother of pearl dial, its lasting, endearing qualities, its appeal that transcends generation, gender, nationality. The Rolex Daytona is a certifiable icon, and there's a reason that those class winner slots are so coveted at Daytona every early winter. So the bottom line is, this watch, which is available from watchyouwant.com with factory inner and outer presentation boxes, factory service booklet, and the factory operator's manual, is a rare gem. Built in 1997, this generation of the Daytona is already being called a modern classic and a surefire collector's item. This example in 18-karat yellow gold is available at www.watchyouwant.com. We're an authority in pre-owned luxury watches. Log on and check out our entire selection. You just may find the watch you want.